Hello, welcome to issue number 25 of The Big Reveal. I am here in sunny Lisbon. I'm speaking today on the future of automotive. And then next week I'm in Amsterdam. I am hosting the XR Summit, as well as giving the opening keynote at the Hospitality Tech Summit and speaking on a panel at IOSC. And I'm closing out this month in Glasgow at Silicon Valley. So this is a special CES 2020 edition. This was my favorite CES that I have ever been to. I really felt like the manufacturers and the brands had caught up to the zeitgeist and were really in touch with where society and where behaviors are going. So it was exciting to see some of the new innovations that have come out of there. So first up, we have Thermo Real. So this was my favorite thing that I saw because I completely didn't expect it. And what it does is it incorporates flexible thermo wear into the mask, the hands, and arm wearables, so you can feel temperature inside virtual reality. So I had snowballs thrown at me, and you could feel them explode on you, and then also fireballs. You could feel the heat from that, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Envision Body. So this uses augmented reality for us to be able to envision what we would look like if we lost a couple pounds or gained some muscle mass. So it's being used as a motivational tool, and it can be incorporated into gym equipment. It can also be incorporated into diet apps. And they're also looking at plastic surgery offices, which I've always thought would be a really good use of this technology. Wellscare IOSC. So this is a wearable that attacks painful spots in your body. So it uses cold laser therapy, and you put it on where you're having pain, and it uses this vibration and cold laser therapy to be able to relieve the pain. The idea being that doctors could start to prescribe a wearable like this as opposed to addictive pain medicine. So my favorite car of CES was the AVTR, and this was a collaboration between Mercedes-Benz and James Cameron, the film director. So this car actually, to me, symbolizes a much bigger trend. So we are in a post-digital age now. Everything's already digital, everything's already connected, so now it depends on how smart things are. And the next evolution of the intelligence of things is the emotional intelligence of things. So this is a car that is based on animal movements and animal behaviors, and it is actually able to communicate with us using these kind of flaps that are on the back windshield, as well as lights. The wheels move independently, so it can actually move parallel like a crab. It's driven by putting your hand in the middle of the unit, and it reacts to your biodata. And when you put your hand up, a menu appears, is projected onto your hand. So, and I guess the coolest thing is that the car actually works. So they drove it down the strip to open up CES, which is pretty impressive. Quibi. So this is a new streaming platform that is just for your mobile phone. It will be delivering content that is under 10 minutes and series. So hopefully they're relying on people who are in transit to start binging these series on their mobiles. And what's really interesting is that you can move it from portrait to landscape and back and forth, and their shows are actually directed to be able to do that. And they have some great people involved, Ben Stiller, Lorne Michaels, Idris Elba, and I think that is really interesting to see where it goes, which brings me nicely to the next one. So Samsung Sero have created a large screen that we can actually do the same thing, going from landscape to portrait on a large screen. So if you wanted to continue watching a Quibi streamed show at home with your friends and family, you could do that. I think this is really interesting too, because I feel like while some people have criticized it as a gimmick, I feel like it really is appealing to the TikTok generation. and with artists like Mabel doing vertical concerts so that they can be streamed live on your phone in a natural way to audiences, I think that this is a big trend we're going to be seeing more of this year. Gatebox. So these are transparent screens that have characters inside that appear to be 360 and 3D holograms, and you can communicate with them, which is kind of cool. So looking at this being new digital concierges, potentially for hotels or for brands to use at events and exhibitions. They can also go up to life size. Just be aware that if you do go into the website and look at it, in Japan, this is actually being used as like a virtual bride. So you can have this like girlfriend who calls you master and is very eager to help you relax, and it's kind of funny. So, but lots of potential for the West as well. Cybershoes. So being able to walk around inside the metaverse has been something we've been looking at for a long time, and how to do that safely without getting sick. So Cybershoes, these just simply strap on to your shoes, whatever you already have. You sit down in a swivel chair, and there's a little mat that goes around, and it lets you walk and run within this virtual space. And it's simple, and because you're seated, you're not going to actually fall over or hurt yourself. So to me, this is a really good solution. Another thing I saw in this space, though, was Virtusphere, which is a huge, big sphere that you go into, and it's like a giant hamster ball, basically, and you run around in it. And at the conference, this was very attractive, so a lot of people were interested because they saw that as, what is that? I want to give that a go. So it attracted a lot of people. SA1. So this was a collaboration between Hyundai and Uber Elevate, and this is a flying taxi cab. So they're very optimistic about when they're going to get this one off the ground. They're saying 2023, and I personally don't think it's going to be that soon. But it takes off vertically, flies, and lands vertically as well. It can have 4 passengers and a pilot. Eventually they want it to become autonomous. And it can go up to 180 miles per hour, and it can do a distance of 63 miles. And finally, the Mojo Lens. So this is actual science fiction that has come to life. So for the first time at CES, we have seen an augmented reality contact lens. So instead of looking at your phone or looking at glasses, we've seen it get small enough to fit into the eye. It still sounds quite uncomfortable to me, but it's interesting. They're working with the FDA to be able to get approval, and their first line of action is to go for the medical community, and then eventually they hope to go consumer. So, you know, the future is here, guys, and it's exciting. So I have so much more that I couldn't fit into these slides today, but you'll just have to wait for next month. So thank you so much for your kind attention, and hope you have a good one. Bye.